Hi you guys, it's Kaylee. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting in a different setup today. I just felt like doing a more kind of casual style video. It's also so hot in my apartment, so I still have a fan going. I hope it's not messing with the audio too much. Today I am finally sharing some more about my own brand, Staatsballett, and our most recent collection. I was planning on doing this video a while ago, but things just always get to be a bit more hectic, and I always get requests to kind of chat more about it on this channel, especially since I talk about sustainable fashion so much and talk about my experience with having a brand. I know a lot of you guys are interested in having your own businesses as well, or you work in the fashion industry. I had the pleasure of meeting a lot of you guys at our recent New York City pop-up event. If you're interested in seeing more about that, I vlogged it on my second channel, and you can also check out like our Instagram stories highlight on our social media. But it was so cool to meet some of you guys and see you trying on our clothes and just hang out and have a good conversation. Before we get more into me talking a bit about our history and more into the collection, I have to thank my sponsor for this video, which is Skillshare. You guys have heard me talk about Skillshare before. It's a really great, affordable online learning platform, and they're actually offering you guys 2 months free if you sign up via the link below. It's a great place to go if you're looking to start your own business. I particularly have looked at classes regarding bookkeeping, for being an entrepreneur. They have over 25,000 classes on the platform covering an array of topics. And after your free trial, it is super affordable. An annual premium membership comes out to just around $10 a month, and that gives you unlimited access to any of the classes on the platform. So yeah, if you're interested in checking Skillshare out, you can check out the link in the description box below. But now to get more into talking about my business. If you don't know any background information about it, I run the business with my partner Avery, and we sort of do everything from design to customer service. It is like our full-time job and career, and something that we do totally on our own. We didn't partner with another like influencer company, for example, to do it. And I went to fashion school. I ended up dropping out of my bachelor's, but I have an associate's degree from FIT, and then Avery studied sustainable business and entrepreneurship in school. So that's kind of our background. And then I've had like various internships in the city, and I feel like having your own brand is just something that you sort of have to learn as you go. There's no real proper education from that. Even like with stuff that I learned in school, sometimes I find that it's really outdated, and it's just better for me to talk to people that are actually in the industry now, or again, just experiment and try it and learn from our mistakes. But we started about 2 years ago. This is our second collection, so it definitely has been taking us some time to get some momentum, but also something that's really important to us is not releasing like a ton of crap. Quality is obviously really important to us, as well as sustainability. Avery and I are always hesitant to be like, yes, we are a sustainable brand, just because no brand is really like 100% sustainable. It's not really possible, but it definitely is something that's very ingrained into our core values, and we're always trying to find a way to improve upon that. So just some steps that we take to be sustainable as possible. Everything is locally made in Los Angeles. We actually used to produce in New York City's garment district, but we found a factory that we really love in LA, and we have an amazing relationship with them, and we're so thankful for that. The majority of our fabrics are also locally milled in LA, or they were sourced dead stock in LA, which is when you purchase an overrun of fabric that's sort of like secondhand fabric, I guess is a good way to put it. Actually, the majority of our collection, which is hanging up there, you can't see most of it right now, but the majority of it is with fabrics that we sourced dead stock. But at this point, keeping things local and supporting businesses in our country is really important to us, and it also helps with the product not being shipped all over the world before it ends up in the consumer's hands. Also, we are an e-commerce business, so taking into consideration eco-friendly packaging is obviously important to us. Right now we use this company for our packaging called EcoEnclose. I can link them down below. If you guys run like a small business, like a Depop business or something, where you don't need a lot of packaging, you just want a little bit of it, you can also purchase on there because they don't have super high minimums. The minimums are only higher if you want custom packaging, but our packaging materials from them are made of 100% post-consumer recycled materials, and they're also 100% recyclable, which again, it's just something that's not totally perfect, but we're still working out ways to make that happen. But now I want to talk about the collection and answer questions about sizing and things. We had our New York City pop-up and then our online release, so some things are sadly sold out. I think about half of the site is sold out right now, maybe a little bit more. So I'm sorry to be getting this video up a little bit late. Just as I said, with Avery and I kind of doing everything for the business, certain things just get put on the back burner, and I'm not always quick enough to like put out a video like this, but I definitely answer questions on Instagram, for example, a lot. So if you guys are interested at all, you can definitely give a follow there. But I'll start with talking about jewelry. Jewelry is one of my favorite things for us to design and produce. It's just so different than making clothes. It's kind of easier. And there's less to worry about with sizing and all of that, of course, which can be one of the trickiest things, especially since our brand is a unisex brand. Configuring sizing for bottoms, for example, can be a bit difficult. I'm wearing both of the jewelry pieces now. They're sort of everyday jewelry pieces for me. These are also made in Los Angeles, and they are 925 sterling silver, but they both have oxidized finishes, which is a style that I've just really grown to love, and I feel like it really fits with me, and I love watching the evolution of the pieces. So basically what happens is that the oxidation wears off over time depending on how rough you are with the jewelry. I would say with a ring it wears off a lot more. Like this was totally black when I got it in new, and now the silver is starting to show through, which is really beautiful. I didn't say what it was called. It's called the Monument Ring. We do actually have some of these left in stock, but I think we're sold out of a lot of the smaller sizes. This is something that we ended up restocking, and we were kind of hesitant at the beginning that people would buy into this just because you don't see oxidized sterling silver that much. Basically, we wanted to do a traditional signet ring, but also make it really our own, make it a lot more dark. There's a lot of texture happening in this ring, and there's a crack on the signet in the middle, and there's a black diamond in the crevice. So I wear it as a signet ring, but then sometimes I also turn it around when I just want a band. Next is the necklace, which I'm wearing right now, and this is called our Trail Offerings necklace. It is also 925 sterling silver with an oxidized finish. I just feel like we hit the perfect length with this. It looks great with lower cut tops like this, but I also just wear it every day with t-shirts. So we have a pendant that is a frame, and then we also have one that is modeled off of a bone, and then we have S tag here. Unfortunately, this piece is actually sold out. Although if you're interested, we have a few of each of these pendants left over, so if you would like one just to put on your own chain, we can definitely make that happen for you. You can just email our customer service email. I'll have it in the description box below. But now to get into clothes, which is kind of the fun part. I'm actually not wearing anything right now, just because, as I was saying, it's so hot, so I'm wearing basically like no clothes. Maybe I'll start with some pieces that we actually still have in stock at the moment. We made 2 different shorts for this collection. I pretty much solely wear Staatsballett on bottoms at this point, unless it is a skirt, because we haven't made a skirt yet, although we're working on it. But first we have a piece that's a little bit more out there. We had a good amount of people, I would say, come into our pop-up and try these on, and they would say like, oh, these are so interesting, but I don't think they're gonna look good on me, and then they tried them on, and then they ended up buying them, which is really cool. And these are our reinforced shorts. They're made of a dead stock canvas that we sourced in LA. It's completely untreated, so it's raw, very stiff, and there's a lot of different ways that you can go with styling these. I have a size bigger than my regular style in these just because I want them to fit a bit looser, but if you want them to be sort of like biker short style, you could definitely go with your normal size and they can fit a bit tighter. They're high-waisted. They have those beautiful gunmetal hardware and snaps completely up the front. And then at the bottom they have a reinforced raw hem. So it's not one of those raw hems that's going to like curl up and look like, oh, you just cut those off yourself, you know? So it'll just spray rather than roll. We always like to add larger belt loops on our bottoms just to accommodate for larger belts, because I find, at least on women's bottoms, you can never accommodate a larger belt, and I personally am never wearing skinny belts. So that's something that's important to me. Also with our bottoms, they actually have like real pockets. With women's bottoms as well, I feel like pockets on the front are always just completely unfunctional, like you can't even put your phone in there. But they have a reinforced piece on the front here, sort of modeled after carpenter pants. I have had a lot of fun styling these with blazers and loafers, but I've also seen people just wear them with like wife beater tank tops, and they look so cool. Avery and I just got sent a picture today of Blade wearing these when he was performing. So that's cool, but love these. You may have gotten a setup switch up because I had to charge my camera battery, but I know I was talking about these shorts. They've quickly become a staple in my everyday outfits. One of the only materials that isn't locally milled, although it's still milled in the US. We use a mill that's super close to my partner Avery's hometown, and we just fell in love with the people that work there. They also work a lot with various eco-friendly certifications. This particular fabric is Ecotech certified and also GOTS certified. It is an organic duck canvas, not made of ducks though. Just to clarify. I talked a lot more about certifications in one of my other videos about sustainable fashion if that's something you're interested in learning more about. But Ecotech is really one of like the best of the best. Same with GOTS. They hit above the knee. I ended up getting one size up in these. They do run a tiny bit small, so if you're interested in purchasing, I would definitely recommend that. We also have size charts that clarify all of the measurements, but I feel like I can wear these super edgy with like combat boots and all black, but I can also kind of dress them up in other ways, which is nice. Continuing with the theme of bottoms, we have a pant that we came out with in 2 colors, black and brown. These are my personal pairs. All of these are my personal items, but these ones I have sort of worn into the ground, although they're still holding up beautifully, and they just keep getting more comfortable. So these are a relaxed cotton pant. This is with a material that we sourced dead stock in LA. And they have this beautiful triple seam. I don't know if you can tell on camera. It's my favorite feature on these. It helps them stack really beautifully as well. I've seen them on shorter girls, which I think sometimes shorter people are hesitant to buy a lot of our bottoms because they do have a longer inseam, but they look so amazing on shorter people. So they have a high rise, although not too high, larger belt loops, deep pockets, as I mentioned before. And I have my normal size in these, which is a size 26, which I think is actually sold out in both pants right now. These are both another item that we ended up restocking because we were so surprised almost by the great response that we got, and I think they're just such a great like staple piece in our own wardrobes as well. They run a tiny bit large, so depending on what you would like for the fit, like I said, I have my normal size and I really like them fitting a bit looser, but I know some people have done an exchange for smaller sizes, and we've had some feedback about that as well. So again, I would just suggest checking out the size charts if you are interested in purchasing these, but we have them in black and brown. They have button flies. These buttons are something that we use throughout the entire collection. They're not made from plastic, they are made from nuts, which is kind of crazy. Oh, and I guess something to note about the black pair, all of these have brown stitching on them. So the brown pair has brown stitching, then the black pair also does and has the same buttons as well. It's something that we do to eliminate waste, but also we really like the whole style of it. We were originally just planning on having the pants brown, but then we ended up making a black pair as well. Next, I guess I'll get to talking about some t-shirts. We have our long sleeve drifter tee. It is a drifter long sleeve top. This cotton is locally milled in Los Angeles, and the sleeves are quite long, and they also have thumb holes, which I love. This is one of my favorite pieces, but I feel like, again, I'm just gonna say that about a lot of things. The collar is sewn on the outside. A lighter weight cotton, but it's not sheer. But we have this in this beautiful orange color, and then we have the natural color, which is totally undyed, and then we also have it in black. All 3 of them are pieces that sold out pretty much instantly. That's just kind of crazy to think that there are so many people that like own those and wear them in their life, and it's so cool to see pictures that we get from you guys wearing things. Next is our waistcoat, which is this beautiful vest. I love this. This is the most expensive piece in our collection. It has the same buttons as the pants, fully functioning pockets. It's a darted waistcoat, and we used a dead stock military waxed canvas for this. So I guess I would describe it kind of as like a leathery canvas, but vegan, of course. And it's just a really beautiful fit. I have a size small in this, but if you go through my Instagram and see me wearing it, you might see me wearing a medium, because earlier on, before I got my actual production piece, I was just wearing a medium because it was the only sample that we had. But with this being a dead stock waxed canvas, all of the pieces sort of look a bit different because the wax, when you crinkle it, it kind of makes cracks in it. I'll insert some different photos so you can see the variants that you can get from this vest, but I find it so cool how all of them are unique and you can get kind of like a leathery look without using animal products or plastic, and it's also deadstock, which is great. And then the next are graphic tees. They're definitely something that sort of ties our business together. So we have two different t-shirt styles. We have a cap sleeve t-shirt. This is one of them. It is a purple. My partner Avery does all the graphics, and if I sit here and tell you the meaning behind all of them, this video will be way too long, but you can check out more info on our website. But this is made with the same material that the long sleeves are, so it's super comfy and soft. I have a size small in all of the cap sleeve t-shirts in case you're interested in grabbing one. Another cap sleeve. This is one of my favorites because the graphic is more muted. It's also one of the only graphics that actually says our brand name clearly on it, although it's still not that clearly because it's a black on black graphic. Neither of us are just really into like super flashy branding, and that's just not the point of it all, you know? So we like something to be a bit more muted, and then the back has a graphic on it. In the sun you can see it a bit more, and it says the end. And this is something that I think we still have a full size run on our website. And then the last cap sleeve, I don't have my personal one because it's dirty at the moment, but this is a really fun one that we did, and it is a reverse graphic. So this is a sample, which is why you'll see the red mark through it, because we're saving it for a sample sale. But also, if you're interested, you can hit up our customer service email as I mentioned. But this is our Independence Rock tee. Apologies for not steaming before I showed it to you, it's just so hot. The graphic is actually screen printed on the inside. Also, something I wanted to mention is that the majority of our printed graphics are water-based prints rather than plastisol print. But another fun thing that you can do about this t-shirt, which is how I've seen a lot of people style it, is wear it completely inside out, and then the graphic is reversed, and then the seams are all exposed. So as I'm looking in the viewfinder right now, it looks like it's printed correctly. If you look in a mirror, it looks like it's printed correctly. And then lastly, we have our boxy tee style, which we have 3 different colors and graphics in. The first being our Spencerian tee, which has this spring summer 2019 graphic on it, and this is also something that says our brand name. The boy is writing our name in the sand, and then the girl just looks kind of angry. This is a fun one. Love the green color as well. That fabric is made at the same place as our other t-shirts, except it is a different one. It's a bit thicker, kind of starchier, but still soft and comfortable depending on how much you wash, of course. And then we have another black boxy tee. This is our Endless Night tee graphic. It says Sweet Delight Endless Night. You guys know I love my black, although there is a good amount of color in this collection, but everything's very like muted, and I feel like you can tell the inspiration that we were going for. And then I think this might be my favorite t-shirt, or it's the one that I end up wearing the most, and it is our Angels Camp graphic in the same boxy tee. This is something that also says our brand name right here, but it's covered up with the cast iron pan. So you can't fully see it. Again, it's nothing too flashy, but I love this one. But I'll have our website linked down below. This video seems to be a bit too long, so I think I'm going to do an entire different video answering questions about running your own business and owning a brand and all of that stuff, and answer any questions that you guys have in regards to starting your own business. I'd love to help out in any way that I can, even though I'm totally not an expert. But my camera battery is flashing, so I've got to go, and I'll see you guys soon with a new video. Bye!